Welcome back to the show. This is KDS Reviews. This episode is about a movie that is considered the greatest movie of all time. This movie is ranked number one on a lot of film critics' lists. And what movie is that? It's Citizen Kane, starring Orson Welles and Joseph Cotten. This tells the story of this young kid who rises to become this titan of the industry. It's basically the story of William Randolph Hearst, a publishing giant during that time period who hated this movie and hadn't even talked about or even banned out of all the newspapers that he owned. This tells the story of Charles Foster Kane, who starts off in this orphanage here, and as he gets older, he gets to be a better businessman, a better worker. He starts off energetic and really positive. But as we see, he gets darker and darker, becomes power hungry. He wants to control everything and everybody. He even meets this young lady here and he marries her, but he just continually does her the same way, becomes more angry and everything that goes on in his life. Now, at the beginning of the movie, we see him say, "Rosebud." And then he dies. And then he spends the whole movie trying to figure out what Rosebud is. Now, we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. But what makes this movie great, there's a couple of things about this movie that's the reason why it's ranked so high. One thing is, it is the narrative of this movie. This movie tells a great story here that goes on. Now, when Orson Welles made this movie, he was only 25 years old. But as you see throughout the movie, he ages. He starts off young, of course, but then he ages, and you can see how he just changes in the movie. Another thing is the cinematography in this movie. Now, Orson Welles shows how he used shadows in this film to get a bright expression, hopeful, and then a dark and deep expression and how it changes. This has got some of the best cinematography that I've seen in any movie. And then, of course, there's the acting. Now, Joseph Cotten holds his own against Orson Welles. He plays his friends here throughout the movie, and they clash a lot. But Orson Welles overpowers this movie. I mean, he's in every scene, and he's just, overpowering the whole scenery of everything that's going on. And then there's the great mystery, Rosebud. Now, I know what 99% of you is thinking. Oh, we already know what that is. It's a sled. There's no great mystery to that. To me, that's not the mystery. The mystery is, why does he say Rosebud at certain parts of his life? Now, after seeing this movie 3, 4, 5 times, I've come to the conclusion that the reason why he kept saying Rosebud, because that took him back to the time when he was a kid, when he was innocent, having fun with his friends, out sledding and fishing and doing all this other stuff. And that was the happiest moment. Like a lot of us, almost all of us have a rosebud in our life. This is KDS Reviews, and this is a small review of a movie that a lot of critics consider number one, and that's Citizen Kane. Now, would I rank Citizen Kane? Do I think it's the greatest movie ever made? I think it's the greatest dramatic film ever made by far. Now, what movie do I think is number one? Well, you just have to watch that video, and it's coming up pretty soon. This is KDS Reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.